Now, a product that we've sold here for many years and has done really well for us, and it's probably one of the most talked about in when it comes to shot, is Balabeni. Balabeni?
Yep.
Have I got it right this time?
Balabeni.
Not Balabeni. Balabeni. Right. Yeah. Great stuff.
Yeah. So I've been distributing Balabeni. I'm not sure for how long. We were just chatting about that, but maybe 15 years. And it was a shot that was used by the England team, which they used to buy when they used to go to Merida in Spain or to Italy and bring back. And it was sort of, they were the only anglers that had it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So Balabeni is actually an angler, Umberto Balabeni.
Oh, really?
And I used to fish with him in the same club.
Oh, crikey.
And for me, though. And so it's his shot. And obviously I know him, or have known him since I fished in Italy with him, which is quite a long time ago. So I sort of had a chat with him and said, oh, can I start importing it? Like I say, this was probably 15 years ago, I guess. And brought it into the UK, and it's really sort of got a firm footing in the market, I would say, for shot.
Oh, it definitely has.
Yeah. So the advantages of the shot are it's pretty much perfectly round and centrally cut. So you can achieve a really nice bulk or spread shotting, and it's very uniform. Basically, every tub, generally there's not much variation within the tubs or between the tubs, so it's well made, basically.
Yeah. They're centrally cut, isn't it?
Yeah,
Very much so.
It's perfect, yeah. So one of the comments that people say about the shot is it's on the hard side compared with other shots, which is true. But there are certain positive factors that come from that.
Yeah.
So when the shot is cut, so shot is a mixture of lead and zinc. The more zinc you put in it, the harder it gets.
Right.
If you have pure lead, it is really soft. But then you can't cut it without deforming it.
Oh, I see.
So
when
it's manufactured, if it's too soft, it will deform and it won't be centrally round. So you can't have a perfectly round, centrally cut shot without it being harder than a very soft shot, which won't be perfectly round or centrally cut. But that is a good thing in lots of ways. For example, if you're making an F1 rig with a little sort of chain of shot over, say, 10 centimetres, every time you net an F1, those shot are not going to move.
No.
Which with, for example, stops, they would move, and you'd have to put them back all in place. And the same when you make a bloodworm rig, once you put your bulk, like you're going to have your bulk at 35 centimetres, for example, you put your bulk on, you're never going to move that in reality.
No.
So it won't move. The shot won't move unless you want it to.
So what, like for the running line angler like myself, putting it on maybe Maxima, I found that I go to move it and the line breaks, put it on too hard.
Yeah.
Or if I don't, so for somebody like me, is it a no-no then?
No.
Right.
After saying all that, you can move it easily, as long as you put it on with pliers.
Right.
So you put it on with pliers, just squeeze it on uniformly. If you use your teeth, you're wasting your time because you can never get it on quite right.
No.
So I use these, which are like electronics pliers, just because they're quite sort of small and delicate, if you like. But there's loads of pliers on the market, isn't there? I think Guru do them, Garbally.
Yeah.
So you've got to use pliers. You've got to invest in a pair of pliers, and then just pinch the shot on where you want it. And if it won't slide, you can pinch it again on top of the slot. So you know what I mean?
Yes,
Pinch it on normally,
Yeah.
and then pinch it gently on top, and that will open it out slightly.
Right. Yeah.
But it is if you use a good quality rig line, that helps as well. And like a polished, like most of them are, you get buy a decent rig line, that helps.
So lines like Maxima that are not.
Yeah,
How would you get away with something like that?
I think it should be all right on Maxima,
Yeah.
as long as you use the pliers. I don't use Maxima, but I use similar type of black reel line when I'm regular fishing and stuff, and I can slide it. Yeah. So
but some people put that 3 little marks with the pliers above the line and slide it over it, don't
to
they?
sort of cut a groove
Yeah.
in the slot, or you can. I've seen people double the line up and then put the shot on the doubled up bit of line, and then slide it off that and up their main line.
I like that.
Yeah.
No, that's a great idea. Yeah.
So, but personally, I don't have a problem half the time or more. I just pinch it on and I can slide it.
Yeah.
Because I haven't pinched it on too hard.
And that's the problem. I can see myself now squeezing them on far too hard.
Clamping it on.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
That's why these pliers are good.
Because you can
they're
feel
small
that.
and delicate. You know, they're for intricate electronics work.
Yeah.
You can, and it's like anything. The more you do it, the more you get used to it, and you just do it automatically and without thinking about it. So, honestly, I don't have a problem sliding it.
Yeah.
But if you do, you know, use pliers and get used to them. And like I say, a lot of the time you don't want your shot to move.
No.
So, you know, there isn't a problem.
No, most definitely not. No.
No.
But no, it's really interesting the amount of stuff that we shift. So
Yeah, it's very popular.
it is. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm saying like how you should use it and making it sound difficult, but the amount of people that use it, it's not that difficult once you get used to it, and you have all the advantages of, you know, everybody likes a nice bulk, nice and straight, and your droppers, and it helps your presentation. It helps you catch more fish.
I must say, with a lot of other shots, you are right. When you pick some out to set up, say, a stick float or something like that, and you want to put a dozen number 8s down or something like that, the amount you pick out, and you're twiddling it around in your fingers, and then you realise that the cut's poor or not even there sometimes. But I can see with that everyone looks identical, to be honest.
They are. Yeah, they're well graded and well made in Italy. And it's popular all over Europe. You'd be surprised. It's got a great following. Yeah.
So, what have we got here? We've got these are 80 grams.
Yeah, these. I think there's actually 90 grams in
90.
there. But 80 grams of lead, which sells for $5.99. So it's actually great value.
It is good value.
If you compare some of the other shot that's on the market, you get a little tiny tub with about, I don't know, 15 grams in it or something for a couple of quid. This is like a lot of shot for your money. There is a smaller version, a 30 gram flip top. It's exactly the same shot in all the products.
Yeah.
And then there's the dispenser, the 5-way dispenser.
Now, we spoke about this a bit, about, not taking all this to the bank. And that's the reason for
These are the
dispensers.
two.
It's a great tip, I thought. Just tell everybody about that.
These are the two products you want to have in your seat box.
Yep.
Don't take that to the bank, because when it gets wet, which it will do, really it will go white and it gets harder.
Yeah.
Goes a bit sort of almost like brittle, if you like very very sort of oxidates, I think is the word.
Yeah.
So really all I generally take one of these and top it up from those. So if that gets wet on the side tray, I can, and maybe I've left it open by mistake, I can just empty out one compartment, top it up, or when I'm running those, just top it up for them. Or you can have those just in your sea anchors with those lined up in the side drawer. And the same thing, really. Or that's a good little product if you haven't tried it before and you don't want to invest as much money. Just try a couple of sizes. They're obviously cheaper. But they're for on your tackle desk.
Yeah.
And they're for in your seat box.
That makes a lot of sense, don't it? That makes a lot of sense.
Otherwise, you'll end up throwing it away, and it's a waste of money. So,
absolutely.
No, real stalwart product.
That is.
And, it's a good shot.
Very much so.
Nutshell.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, we just, like I said, we do ship quite a bit of it. But for me now, I'm thinking back and thinking now, I'm going to have another go at it.
Yeah,
definitely.
There's plenty of videos on YouTube showing you how to do it from lots of different angles. But that's the key. Yeah. Pliers, not necessarily these ones, but a good set of shot pliers. Yeah. Once you got them and you got the shot, you should,
Or you could have an international angler in store who might have 5 or 10 minutes spare to explain to an old oosman
when he
how to
turns up.
shot his.
When he turns up, I'll come and listen.
I love it. Great stuff, mate.
Okay.
Lovely to see you again.
Brilliant.
Cheers.
Cheers, Ian.